Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel startuplanes.com. I am More Tanvi, and as you know, these are the series of interviews that we are conducting for the promotion of some excellent startup across our country. So let's get started. For today's interview, we have entrepreneur Divya with us, who is a software consultant by profession and has been in the industry in several capacities over last 15 years. She started Redsaw Technologies brand Zula Minds with friend Aarti to create innovative learning aids for children. She is working on creating a futuristic digital platform for children and revolutionize the edtech industry. So let's know more about this wonderful innovative startup from Divya herself. Ma'am, good afternoon. I am More Tanvi from Startup Lanes, and we are really grateful to have you on the board for this interview.
Hi, pleasure is mine. I'm also elated to be meeting with you.
Yeah. Ma'am, I will please request you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
Right. So my name is Divya. I'm basically a software consultant by profession. So I started this company called Redsaw Technologies, which is the parent of brand Zula Minds, in 2020 with my friend Aarti. So she is an educationalist by profession, and life hands-on has been more about Zula Minds, and it's been a really exciting journey so far.
Ma'am, talking about your company, how did you come up with this idea of startup?
Right, like I told you, my co-founder is an educationalist and I'm from the software background, so we keep talking about stuff that we can do, and we incidentally came across this learning aids category for children, and we thought it would be a right fit for the market. And we started innovating with things that we already had, and creating some learning aids for children. And since it was well received, we thought we can convert it into a business.
Great. So ma'am, talking about the business, it is not easy to start a business. So what were the difficulties you faced in the early stage of the journey?
Difficulties because we started the business in the middle of the pandemic, so everything was difficult to begin with, right from ideation to procurement, vendor supply chain, creating a delivery channel, because we realized that we have to go through the e-commerce channel to start with, because we are in the middle of the pandemic. But I think that is what made us very strong, and we were we were facing all the challenges right in the beginning, so I think we just faced them head on and took it in our stride.
Okay. So ma'am, again, like as per my knowledge, you already have some competitors who do the same work. So what was the market gap that you identified before commencement?
Right. So the learning aids category is actually very huge. The edtech industry itself is valued at a market cap of, I think, 1 billion predicted for the next decade. So we thought there is a lot of room for development of products that were intuitive to the child. Like, there are a lot of players in the field, but the market is still wide and open. The specific gap we thought we would be bridging is there was not enough products to create a wholesome learning environment. So there were a lot of these DIY kind of stuff that a lot of Montessori educators and parents and mom bloggers and Instagram mom bloggers, influencers, so they were all crowding this market and trying to come up with so many ideas. But the problem is, to a normal consumer, this was out of reach. And it was very difficult for every mother to do a DIY and set up a learning environment for the child, so which is not really possible for everybody. So we thought we can fill that gap, and we can provide aids that are small and affordable, and they would reach the complete consumer base. So the target was from the children from 0 to 15 years of age, so it's a big market and a big target audience.
Ma'am, as you mentioned, you started your startup in the middle of the pandemic. So I'm sure it must be innovative and different because it has started in a unique environment. So I want to know, what is the business model?
Right. So like we began during 2020, and we realized that the go-to strategy will be B2C, which is an e-commerce business model to begin with. But then when we started doing the products, we got contacts from vendors and suppliers, distributors across the country, and we also realized that B2B would be a good value addition to the brand as a whole. So we were approached by companies like LifeCell. So we've partnered with LifeCell now, and our vouchers for Zulamine's products are given to all lifestyle appointment holders pan India. So it was a good value add. So I think our base capital market would be like B2C inherently, but we'll also be considering B2B from time to time, depending on the product and target audience.
So what are the products and services that you provide to your customers?
Right. So like I told you, the products and services start from the age of 0, which is a newborn child, up to 15 years of age. So we have physical product range and a digital product range. That's how we categorize our products. So physical products start from 0 and go up to 7 to 8 years of age. And beyond that, we have a digital product category. So the physical product category, we are flagship product is an infant stimulation kit, which is a very unique kit for a newborn child. So we started with that. That was our first product also. So it's been doing very well. And later we have products for every 6 months of age group, like from 1.5 to 2, we have something. We have flashcards. We have kits that are tuned for fine and gross motor skill training. We have tracing kits, alphabet learning, number learning. So we're trying to bring learning in a fun way, basically for these early learners. And we're also coming up with a lot of products for the new mothers, like we have a pregnancy milestone kit, baby milestone kit. We're coming up with journals. We're coming up with a lot of other interesting products for this category, physical products. In the digital products category, we have a lot of learning material, but it's all currently in the printable stage. So it's all free actually right now. You can just download it from the website. We are trying to move it to a digital platform, full-fledged digital platform in the future.
Okay. So ma'am, I want to know that you just now mentioned the age group in which you provide your services. So I want to know who exactly your target customers are.
So target customers are mothers worldwide. I think mostly that's our main target audience. Are parents and sorry, I should not be saying mothers. I should be saying parents worldwide. So they are showing a lot of interest, like I told you, to introduce learning in different ways and means. But we also found a very niche market segment for homeschoolers. Again, worldwide, and now homeschooling is catching up really well in India also. So we find that to be a very niche market segment for us.
Okay. So ma'am, as we discussed that you have your competitors out there. So I want to know, as a customer, why one should choose to take your products and services over your competitors.
Right. So what we try to do here at Zulamine's is it's a very flexible and creative pattern of creating a product. So we try and come up with the idea, and then we create prototypes, and we actually send it out to people in that age group. Like we actually send out feelers of the product to children of that age group. So suppose we're working at a kit for fine and gross motor skills for toddlers, then we are actually testing out the product with kids of that age. And so only when we get a real double thumbs up from the children, we actually go ahead with implementing the product. That's our key strategy. Apart from that, we also make sure that it is affordable and accessible to mothers, like I mentioned earlier, to everybody who wants to, give an alternate or a fun learning experience for their child.
Great. So what are these 2 to 3 unique features about your company that differs you from your competitors?
I think we are looking at a wholesome learning environment, not just one skill or one academic trait, which is what most of the other learning aids are doing. So if you take a toy or a set of flashcards, it's just going to be teaching you about one specific category. Whereas we try to put in many things that if you're, for an example, if you can take fruit. So what we try to do is, we are also coming up with this real image fruit cards, flashcards.
Okay.
We think that the child is, more attracted to in illustrated concept, but actually a real fruit makes a lot of difference. So we, very small and minute details like this in every product is what is our key differentiator, is what we think.
Okay, great. So, ma'am, just now you mentioned that there are some products of yours who are delivered pan India. So I'm sure huge labor must be required for it. So as a job applicant, I want to know that why should one choose to work with you?
I think we are still a very nascent company, which is in the beginning stages. So the lure to bring in fresh talent, we always want to bring in some more fresh talent. So currently our team is very small. We just have 5 to 10 people,
Okay.
and but we work with a lot of freelancers for design, for content creation, like that. So creative minds are what we are looking at, and I think. The one thing that any creative person would want in a job is to have a lot of freedom in creativity. So that is something that we can promise completely, because we are in the early stages, and the organization level is completely flat. If I can explain it that way. So ideas are welcome, product ideas are welcome, creative thoughts are welcome. So you will not be just limited to your role or your project if you come into the company. So that's how we are treating our current employees, and that's how we want to look at future employees.
Great, great. So ma'am, my next question is really interesting. That if not this company, what else you would be doing right now? Because answering my earlier question, you mentioned that you are from software background. So I want to know.
Right, yeah. So I would probably be developing software solutions. I was very interested to do something for the education domains. I've already worked on several products for the education domain even before conceptualizing this brand and this product. So I would be probably doing mobile and cloud-based applications for again education sector. So education has become like a huge passion. So yeah, but maybe not physical products as much, but definitely in the digital space, something in the edtech platform. Yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am, also answering my earlier question, you mentioned about the vendors and supplier chain. So I want to know that on what parameters do you select these vendors and suppliers of yours?
Right. So one of the key things that we look for is how aligned they are to the goals of education and parenting. So we don't want to align with just anybody and everybody who wants to sell something to the market. And we are very, very conscious about how affordable we are going to be. So that these two are really important to us, and we don't want to disrupt any chain, by just going across and making our products available everywhere at some cost. So we want to select vendors based on these two factors.
Okay. Ma'am, also you told me that you have products for every 6 months of age, like till 18 years or 12 years. So I want to know that what are these products and services you are in daily touch with, which helps you to simplify your business?
Uh, Mostly I think these products are all something that we've gone through. It's just that we've not seen it in a product form. We are trying to bring about products like that, so it's probably something we would have assembled or seen, or used it in a school or used it in a formal education setup, but not as much as a learning tool. So we try to keep in touch with most of our products, but I think the digital downloads, which I was talking about for the higher age group, is very interesting. It's got a lot of potential going forward. Like I was talking, we are trying to convert it into a full-fledged digital platform. So I think that has enormous potential in terms of learning, assessments. You have a lot of potential in terms of the digital section.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm assuming that you would be completing your 1 year anniversary soon, as you started in the middle of the pandemic. So at this stage of point, I want to ask that what are your recent and long-term plans for your business?
So recent plans, in fact, it's just going on. So we're trying to fill the complete product range as of now, since it's a very small team, and we had initial challenges of procurement and printing and all that. So we're still not able to complete the complete set of products that we had envisioned for the 0 to 7 category itself. So and we want to do something unique to every product, value addition to every product that we add. So that is going to be our first priority going forward. This end of this year we want to complete the product tree for up to 7 years of age. And then we are looking at the digital platform. So work is underway for that, and we're creating a software solution, a portal that is going to be a game changer. In fact, is what I am looking at for the digital section for the elder children.
Okay, so at this point, are you planning to raise external funds, and if not now, then are you planning to do so in near future?
Yeah, but funds not exactly for the physical product division. That I think we are pretty much confident of how to go about the physical product section. But yeah, definitely for the digital product section, yeah, we would be looking at raising external funds once we have a credible MVP ready.
Great. So ma'am, wrapping up this session, I would love to know the feedback on Startup Lanes, and also if you want to appreciate or thank someone from your team or friends and family, then you can do so.
Right. Startup Lanes is a great community. I did check out your sites and read some fantastic stories about co-partners and entrepreneurs in this space, and I think it's a great platform for people to exchange and add value. Look, even for venture people who are looking at funding and job aspirants and everybody. So it's a great platform for budding entrepreneurs. So that's good work that you guys are doing there. And the second question was about of course I would like to really thank my family first for being a pillar of support, for starting up this, and every entrepreneurship journey it's not easy, and it's going to be filled with challenges. So for having my back during the times that I would not be available to the family. So my family is going to be the first thing I would be thanking, and I would actually want to thank my co-founder Aarti. So she's been a great pillar of support during the times. I think both of us have really complemented each other. We the least of our dreams we expect that we'll become business partners. So yeah, her. And of course the community for welcoming and taking our products with a good feedback, giving us a lot of positive feedback. So yeah, them as well.
Great. Ma'am, also thanks to you. Thank you for your time and for your crucial words. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Pleasure.